Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. This week, the East Brunswick Library circulated its 20 millionth item. East Brunswick resident Amy Kalin thought she would just check out a couple of beach books when she was suddenly surrounded by a party. Also this week, Pegi Ballister-Howell shows off her newly renovated bathroom. And on Making a Difference, Diane de Oliveira urges runners to sign up now for the Race for the Cure for breast cancer. From the Department on Aging, Rachel Steinberg and Linda Rubenstein focus on East Brunswick senior meals.
It was party time at the East Brunswick Library Wednesday morning as the 20 millionth item was checked out for circulation since the East Brunswick Library's inception in 1967. The lucky person who brought the item to be checked out was Township resident Amy Kalin, who was presented with a DVD VCR player and a basket of library surprises.
So is this what you expected when you came to the library today?
No, I'm actually here for work. I was presenting at a public meeting they're having, and I just checked out a couple books for when I go to the beach next week, and so I definitely was not expecting any of this.
How long have you had a library card?
I just moved to East Brunswick about 9 months ago, so that was one of the first things I did when I moved here. So I've had it for 9 months.
And how do you use the library? What services do you use?
Mostly for recreation. I check out a lot of books just to read, to relax. We also come here and use the internet and do a little bit of research. When we were buying a car, we used the consumer reports and things like that. So, but mostly for recreation.
What would you say to residents who have never visited the library?
Oh, I think they're missing out. This is a wonderful service. East Brunswick is definitely one of the nicest libraries that I've ever been in, and I've had a library card since I was in elementary school. So it's a beautiful library. It's a great place to come and sit and relax if you just want to take some time out of the sun, and they're missing out.
Can you find a place for that DVD player?
Absolutely. I said my DVD player broke last night, so I just said to my husband, we need to go get a new one. So it's wonderful. I definitely was not expecting it. It's great.
Yes, today's the 20th millionth item checked out, and about a year ago, Jason Stone, the director, came to us and said, you know, this would be a fun thing to do. Let's see when this is happening, because we had reached 19 million. And so it took about a year, and statistically, it's nice to know that in 1967, when East Brunswick Public Library opened, we checked out 73,000 items in 1 year, and now we're doing that, averaging that every month. So it's a huge milestone, and we formed a committee to decide how we were going to celebrate this milestone.
Susan, tell us about how we're celebrating.
We've given away a basket of goodies of library materials. We also have given away a DVD and a VCR and blankets, a Harry Potter book, everything from every department, shirts, T-shirts, so that we could celebrate this event.
Kathy, there's some changes going on in the circulation department. Tell us about those.
Yes, just recently, in the past week, we had hired a company to come in, and we were given grant money to make the circulation desk ADA compliant. And so actually the old desk was demolished and taken out, and the new desk was Pat Irons and I worked on, and with Jason, worked on coming up with a plan that we would be able to get 4 stations, and one of them is ADA compliant, so it's wheelchair accessible.
Susan, the East Brunswick Library offers many more items for circulation than a lot of libraries. Tell us about what the media department offers.
We have multiple items. We have audiobooks in both cassette and CD format. We have DVDs and video cassettes. We have games, software, and music CDs. And we are now currently circulating more DVDs than we've ever circulated videos in the past. We are now currently buying 10 new titles for each new DVD, and the public has been very excited about finding things very quickly.
Robin, you checked out the 20 millionth item. Tell us about that.
It was really exciting. At first I said, you know, I think it gave it away because the line was really long before she had come up, and I had everybody in my department helping me out at the desk. Then they sent them away when it was time to get the 20th 20 millionth customer to come up, and everybody was standing outside and nobody would come up. It took at least 5 minutes for the first customer to come up. So when she did, she was a little hesitant because she looked around and saw everybody standing there. So then she made her way up and I said, hi. I greeted her with a nice smile. I said, she handed me her card, and then I hit the buzzer to alert everybody, and then I went on to explain what it was, why there was everybody around and what the balloons were doing. And she was thrilled. She said, get out of here. She was so excited. So it was really nice to see. She was really genuinely happy. So.
Coming up in September on At Home with Peggy, host Peggy Ballister-Howells covers everything from exotic chickens that you can order by mail, to taking care of the miniature donkeys, to bathroom renovations. Here's an excerpt.
Well, finally the bathroom's done. It took a long time and there's still a couple little details I'm working on, but it's functional, it's beautiful, and we're thrilled. But we did have to use every nook and cranny. The bathroom is only 6 by 10, and we've got a tub and a vanity and a potty, and I have one more piece of furniture to go in here. So every square inch has been used. But let me show you a couple of cute things. This is the medicine chest, which is built right into the wall. This is just a panel of a very pretty piece of plywood type wood, but these were purchased at a specialty wood shop. This centerpiece and these corner pieces, this was actually an antique little knob here that was completely black that came off of something I had sitting around for years. So I was able to polish that up and get that nice and shiny. And look at the inside. Tons of storage space, which is great. We'll use every square inch of that. Moving over here is the vanity. If you remember in our last show, this was in varying stages of incompletion. This is a synthetic stone top, and you can see that the beautiful white sink here is like very smooth. And this is the crackle paint finish on here that requires many layers of painting, but the ultimate look is old, wonderful, and if the kids manage to chip it, nobody's even going to notice. I will give you a demonstration on how to do that in just a minute. The antique light fixture hangs down. It goes with the style. It's very pretty. I had that sitting around from another house just in a bag. Had to be rewired so I could put bright light bulbs so it's bright enough, but I'm thrilled with that look. Now let me turn around and show you the tub. Now the tub is just a regular soaking tub. It doesn't have a whirlpool, but it is a little bit extra deep. We did have a hose attachment. Notice how low we put the hose on the wall. That gives us an extra length. If we need the tub to clean the dogs, hey, we use every inch of that. There's a window with a shelf and a marble edge, and that's great for putting things on. This was a very inexpensive curtain liner, but I wanted the dark solid color to go with the trim around the edge of the walls. And these panels, I thought, just softened it enough. These were available at a local linen supply place for about $15 for each panel. One of the most fun things we got was this wonderful little cage, just decorative, but in exactly the right color, and has that sort of flowery, wavy look that goes with the vanity and some of the details on the medicine chest. Has a little door here to open and put things in, and I found a little monkey who's just sitting in there. I'm not sure I want to keep him in there forever, but in the meantime, he's a perfect shade of blue, and I got him at a store for $4.44. So if I find something I like better, that'll be fine. Now there is going to be another dresser here on this wall. I'm working on that and I'll show you that. It has a couple coats of the paint on it, but it hasn't quite gotten to this crackle paint finish. And we needed hooks for towels and for guests, and those are behind the door, so we'll show you them too. And remember, every square inch of space is being used. This wonderful basket stores all of the paper products, and it slips right under there, which looks real pretty and is very convenient. I'm thrilled with the bathroom. It was well worth waiting for.
Hi, this is Lisa Buckwalder for East Brunswick Human Relations Council with a Cultural Minute. The United States is fortunate to have a large mixture of ethnicities coexisting within its geographic borders. It makes sense to understand the perspectives, practices, and the variety of influences people come into contact with on a daily basis. Doing so allows a person to more successfully build friendships, meet the needs and concerns of coworkers and colleagues, and strengthen schools and communities. How culturally aware are you? Here's a situation to think about. Do you know the answer or solution? People are lined up at the DMV to have their photos taken for their picture identification on new and renewed driver's licenses. Russ Connor is the man behind the camera. Most people give him a great big smile when he asks them to do so. However, one day when he asks a Japanese man to smile, the man refuses. Do you know the why behind this situation? Here's the reason. The Japanese man didn't smile because the picture was for a government document. To smile would have meant that he did not take his driving responsibility seriously enough. While Americans primarily associate smiling with friendliness, and in general are known for their custom of smiling when in public, it is important to realize that a smile can mean something quite different in another culture. In Finland, people tend not to show their emotions and to be quiet and reserved. Privacy is valued, and there is less smiling and open laughter. So too, in Russia, people rarely smile in public, but in the privacy of their homes, they enjoy smiling and laughing. And in Spain, one who smiles frequently is regarded as either insincere or flirtatious. Would you have been willing to look at the aforementioned incident objectively and with an open mind? Understanding is the key to conflict resolution, so be sure to take advantage of the opportunities you have to learn from the people with whom you work and have contact. We all do things for different reasons.
More than 1.5 million Americans are expected to lace up their running sneakers for a good cause. The 2003 Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation's Run for the Cure this fall. Hi, I'm Diane D'Oliveira, and with me today is the director of the New Jersey race, Nancy Healy. She is also the director of the Breast Cancer Resource Center in Princeton. Nancy, thank you for being here with me today. This is the 20th anniversary of the Race for the Cure?
It's the 20th anniversary of the series of the Races for the Cure. It's the 10th anniversary of the New Jersey Race for the Cure.
And the New Jersey race, the only one, is being held in Princeton.
Right.
And it's this October?
October 19th, held at Bristol-Myers Squibb on Route 206 in Princeton.
How many runners are you expecting for your event?
We're anticipating over 15,000 runners and walkers with several thousand more in attendance because we have 30 interactive tents with lots of activities going on all day long for everybody.
Now, 15,000 people. How has that increased over the years? Does it keep going up every year?
It does keep going up. We've leveled off a little bit over the years because at some point that does happen. But our first year in 1994, we had 1,200 runners and walkers, and we're now the largest 5K race in the history of the state of New Jersey. So we're thrilled with our growth.
That's amazing. How much did you raise from the first race, and how much are you hoping to raise for the 2003 Race for the Cure?
Our first year we raised $120,000, and we're just thrilled with that accomplishment. And last year we raised $1.1 million.
1.1?
Yeah. Our goal for this year is $1.3 million.
That's great. Now, as far as registering and the amount of money, how does the whole process work? People can get pledges, they can race as individuals or as a team?
Right. We have something for everybody. So what we've done this year that we're very excited about is you can register online either as an individual or as a team, which is new this year. Last year only individuals could could register online. And our website for that is www.newjerseyraceforthecure.org, and it simplifies the whole process. And as you register online, you get an email that tells you how to set up a pledge page so you can ask for pledges to all of your friends online. You don't have to ask people for money, you don't have to lay money out and get reimbursed. It just simplifies the whole process, and we hope to generate a lot more money that way.
It's great that you're adding the teams this year because that way you can bring in corporations, can sponsor their teams, and workers can, go to their co-employees and say, hey, come do this with me, let's walk for a good cause.
Right.
Now, proceeds from the Komen race, how much is actually spent on research? How much does New Jersey get to keep from the amount of money it raises?
Well, after our expenses, which are typically below 25%, another 25% of our net proceeds goes to the Komen Foundation in Dallas, Texas for their medical and scientific research, which they fund throughout the country and internationally as well. 75% of our proceeds stays right here in New Jersey, and we give that out through grants to hospitals and nonprofit organizations for breast health and breast cancer programs for the medically underserved in their communities. And last year we gave out over $600,000 in grants.
$600,000. Nancy, we mentioned about the race being held in October, and it's being held at the Bristol-Myers Squibb campus on Route 206 in Princeton. What is the what's the course, and describe it for us a little bit?
It's a 5K, which is 3.1 miles, and it's USTA certified. And part of it goes off the campus. We've gotten so large that we have all the roads around the surrounding area closed off. And part of it is on grass, part of it is on pavement, and it goes through the neighborhood in Princeton. It's very beautiful. It's a lovely leafy area. And it comes back and does a single loop around the course in Bristol-Myers Squibb's campus.
And do you hold this rain or shine?
Rain or shine. No rain.
Nancy, you personally have an experience to share, and you're very attached to this race for a reason.
Right. Well, I got involved with the Breast Cancer Resource Center and the Race for the Cure when I was first diagnosed with breast cancer 12 years ago. So it's an issue and a mission that's very close to my heart. I had a recurrence 6 years ago, and I think one of the important messages is not just early detection, which is what the mission of the Komen Foundation is, to eradicate breast cancer as a life-threatening mission and to educate women about the importance of early detection, but also that breast cancer doesn't have to be a death sentence. Many of us are diagnosed with breast cancer and go on and live full, long, rewarding lives.
And my mother also is a breast cancer survivor, about 7 years now. It's hard to believe it's been that long, and I hope she doesn't have a recurrence. As far as the amount of breast cancer survivors that participate in this race, do you have a breakdown of that?
We have about 1,200 survivors that come every year, and it's just so wonderful and rewarding to see them. They wear pink caps, they have pink bib numbers, and they really are set apart, and we just encourage everybody to come and support them.
Now, you mentioned that the race is a day-long event. You're going to have a bunch of tents set up. What other things can people expect once they finish the race?
Well, there's children's fun runs, so you can bring your whole family. There's a children's activity tent with magicians and face painters and clown acts. And there's an interactive tent with all of our major sponsors where they have displays and they have giveaways and goodies, and corporate tents are there with lots of things going on, and there's food and there's activities, and just it's really good to see which companies are good community partners for the Komen Race for the Cure.
Now, registering, you mentioned you can register online.
Right.
It's really simple. All you have to do is go to the website, type in a few things, and you're registered. You can also register the day of the race.
Absolutely. We have registration up until the day of the race. The 3 days before the race, you can register at the Hyatt in Princeton, or you can come to the race site on race day and go to the registration tent.
What else do you want people to know about the race that we haven't covered?
Just that it's a great event, and it's a wonderful way to show your support to the women with breast cancer. It's a wonderful day-long event for your family. It's a great way to raise your awareness for yourself, for your family members about breast cancer, and to support a terrific cause.
Good luck. I hope you meet your goal this year.
Thank you.
Again, we'll give out the website and the phone number.
Okay, it's www.newjerseyracefforthecure.org, and the phone number is 609-252-2008, October 19th, Bristol-Myers Squibb.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank
For
you.
Making a Difference, I'm Diane de Oliveira.
Welcome to Voice of Experience. Today we will be speaking to Linda Rubenstein, the Department on Aging's coordinator for East Brunswick Senior Meals.
So, we have a new one though.
Yeah.
Oh,
These-
several.
These are by the high school.
Yep. Oh,
Okay,
I know.
you know where that
I know.
is.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
you know that.
definitely. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're skipping that one. And you're going to go from this street all the way. You've done this. I mean,
Yes,
you're skipping
and-
two, but
oh,
you'll
yeah,
find her.
yeah, oh,
Give
yeah.
her food to whoever you want.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Very good.
I know our East Brunswick Home Delivered Meals is a very, very active program. Last year alone, we had close to 10,700 meals, and year to date, we have almost 5,000 meals. So this is quite an important and very busy program. Could you tell us a little bit who is eligible for the East Brunswick Senior Meals?
Our Senior Meals program services residents of East Brunswick who are 60 years of age and older, who are frail, elderly, homebound, and recuperating from an illness. People who need it sometimes are on it for a long period of time. It allows them to stay in their home just a little bit longer before requiring permanent full-time housing elsewhere. And it is also very valuable to people who are just coming home from the hospital.
And what is the cost of these meals?
This program is co-sponsored by the township and the county. It's a recommended donation of $2.75 per meal per day. It's payable to the county, and people pay on an honor system.
And what does the meal include?
The meal is a tray of hot food delivered daily and a bag of cold food, which consists of milk, juice, bread, salad, and usually some kind of a dessert. It's low fat, low salt, low sugar diet. It's 1/3 of the daily nutritional requirements, and it is appropriate for a diabetic diet.
And how is the meal delivered? I know we currently have close to 40 seniors getting meals. This is quite a task. How is this done?
We use volunteers from the community. We use 3 teams of people, 2 people on each team, a driver and a runner. They bring the meals between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock to each person's home. One person drives, the other person brings it to the door. It takes about an hour. We use about 120 volunteers a month, and we can always use more help.
And Linda, who can make a referral to get these services?
We're available to anybody in the township who needs our help. They can call. It can be friends, neighbors, family members. An individual who's going into the hospital can call beforehand and see if they can arrange something for when they return. We're welcome any calls Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. For more information, they can call us at the Senior Center. We'll come out to the house. We'll speak to somebody on the phone. They don't even have to be local for us to talk to them and help them with their loved ones. We come out to the house. We meet you. We'll see what other programs are available through the township, the county, and the state that can help at a time of need.
Please remember, the East Brunswick Department on Aging is here to help you and yours age successfully. For further information about our services and programs, please call 732-390-6896.
If you take 3 wonderfully challenged youngsters, put them together with 3 very clever physical therapists, and add to this mixture 2 wonderfully gentle horses, what do you have? Well, I'll tell you. You have the Special Stride Therapeutic Training Center. The Special Strides program is based on research that shows the amazing benefits of therapeutic riding. Now, we all know that horseback riding is a lot of fun, but physicians, physical therapists, occupational therapists, social workers, and many others acknowledge the increased development of strength, coordination, balance, range of motion, and flexibility in the participants of equestrian programs such as Special Strides. Now, I had a chance to interview Ellen Stein, so let's join her.
What does Jacqueline say when she gets up in the morning?
Daddy.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Say, when Jacqueline gets up in the morning, she always says, good day, jump up. When Jacqueline gets up in the morning, she always says, good day. What does Jacqueline say? Daddy, Daddy, that is what she'll say. Daddy, Daddy, that is what she'll say. Good day. Make hooray for you. Hooray!
Ellen, this is such an enormous project, the school. Why did you ever get started? How did you get started?
Well, Lori and I have been friends for a real long time, and they were offering a class locally on hippotherapy, and she wanted to do it. It was always a dream of hers to be able to do more with the kids, and she lives on this beautiful farm, and it was her dream that became my dream. And once we started it, there was no turning back. The kids were fabulous. It was the opportunity to help kids of all ages with all kinds of abilities and disabilities. And we were able to be outside, and it was fun, and we were outside with nature. It
And
was
these
a great,
beautiful creatures.
Yeah, they are really nice.
Yes, even though they're butting us right at the moment. Well, tell me a little bit about the school, though, itself. How many horses do you have? How many children do you have?
Right now we have
How
7
many
horses. We have 7 horses. We have 50 children at the moment with a waiting list, unfortunately. We have 3 physical therapists and 4 occupational therapists. We have a speech pathologist and a therapeutic riding instructor, as well as many, many, many indispensable volunteers that go into running this program.
Good luck.
Ready, Josh? Here we go.
Josh
Choose
is on
run.
his belly, his belly, his belly. Josh is on his belly. Joshua Giraffe. Hey, Josh. He's not pulling in the toe as before.
No.
Pick him up a little bit higher on the horse.
Ready? 1, 2. There we go.
How big's Josh? So big.
Okay, I got him.
So big.
Explain what they were really trying to accomplish.
Josh-
Even though they were having fun doing it and they were trying to make him giggle and smile. What was
Josh
their
has
main-
cerebral palsy. And one of the things that Josh needs to be able to do is Josh needs to be able to be in control of his own body. And if you looked at him or you're watching the video, he doesn't have much head control or trunk control. So what they were trying to do was to stimulate the muscles.
Boom. Ah, boom. Ah, boom. The little one said, roll over, roll over. Okay. Hands up, hands up. There you go.
What I would love to see is for us to be able to raise public interest enough and be able to raise enough funds to start an endowment program so that none of the kids had to pay. It's a very expensive proposition for their parents. It's just another form of therapy that they're paying for. And I would love to be able to start this endowment fund.
Special Strides at Congress Hill Farms is one of the magic places on earth where people can change a life for the better. What more could you ask? Except to take your riding boots when you get down and visit them. I'll see you all next month. In the meantime, take care.
Bye-bye.